Okay.
All right, cool. You ready?
Yes.
What's your most treasured skill?
Communicate. What's my... Say that again. My most treasured skill is communication. I think I'm really, really good at it. I've got an art for being able to convince and communicate people to do things. Convince and communicate with people to do things. Yeah. What makes me tick? Like generally? People who are not productive. Kola, work hard. I think that really just sets me off, yeah. Naming one person in the world that I would like to have dinner with. Why? And what would I ask? Guys, I don't know. Okay, yes. There's a gentleman. I don't know why I don't know his name, but he's called. He runs a podcast called Founders. I would absolutely love to have dinner with him because he has like a library of knowledge. And I listen to his podcast religiously. Every single week, I learn something new from different founders in history. And what I would ask him is, what out of all the entrepreneurs and out of all the founders that he's done work on, what is the one skill that he knows can keep a business alive here? Okay, those questions were stressful.
That's the point.
So, welcome back again to the episode of CDJ. And today we're speaking business, we're speaking side hustle, we're speaking entrepreneurship. It seems like the age where everyone keeps starting, but
The economy has to be beaten.
keeping
The
it
economy has to
going.
be beaten.
You get, we have to survive, but keeping it going, and of course, peep the drip. Okay, we are not dressed by her, but we have to her standard. But we have Lisa on set. Lisa, who fabulous, keeps you looking good, keeps you.
Keeps you
we hope we
dripping.
can
We hope
get
that we can have some drip at the end of this
yeah. But she's the founder of Oboniire. Lisa,
Hi.
one. Tell us.
welcome.
Yeah. I tell you what.
All the things.
All the good things. Why? What do you do? Yes.
Okay, so my introduction is I'm Lisa Kanyomozi Rabwoni. Kanyomozi Rabwoni across all my social media platforms. So very few people, only people who know me, call me Lisa.
So we know.
Coco. I run Oboniire, which is an Afrocentric fashion brand. It's making 4 years this year. I also am the founder of Yambi Community, which is a charity NGO focused on providing menstrual health access to marginalized communities. I'm a content creator. I've been in the media space for 7 years. I've been in print, I've been on radio, I've been on TV. I'm currently in the back end, which is media production.
Yeah. That's the voice.
Hence the voice. I'm an author. I've done a few things. Yeah. So that's who I am.
That is all the things.
In
You've done all the things.
So if you're looking for a media masterclass, slash entrepreneurship.
I can share my rates.
Yes,
Already.
definitely. So you've at least I've talked about 4 years, and more in the different spaces. Why entrepreneurship? Why?
Why not a 9 to 5?
Yeah.
Why not a 9 to 5? I have a 9 to 5, guys. But why entrepreneurship? So Oboniire started it's a COVID baby, right after the first lockdown. I was working in the media space. I was doing a lifestyle weekend show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Sundays, and we were not what were the people who were essential parties? We were not essential
workers.
we're not essential workers. Yeah. So the place of employment I was at had put weekend shows on a pause, which also meant monetarily we're not earning. So I had savings, and I had about 300,000 Ghana shillings, and that's what started my business. I A friend of mine does logos. She's called Rina Kimanzi, and I sent her my idea. She did. We worked together to perfect what we have right now. I used to live in Chira around a gentleman called Cohen JC. So we took a walk sometime. Shout out to him. Took a walk sometime, and he played a couple of songs that he was in production of, and one of them had the name Oboniire. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, okay, I like this. It kept coming to me, it kept coming to me 4 days in a row, and I was like, okay, so we're starting the business, we're naming it Oboniire. I've always had an entrepreneurship spirit. My parents are both in business. I had my first business when I was 16. So it's sort of, it aligned. I always knew I was going to be in business, and that's why I took the route. But at the time, it's because I did not have any income, and my fear was relying on an office job, which in the end it didn't serve me for at least 2 to 3 months until we got back on air. So the uncertainty of not having money is just a very scary place. But with a side hustle, I now name it my main hustle, is like at least you will have airtime. At least. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario.
You can call someone, you can browse it.
Yeah, that's it.
So, and it's very interesting, because problems inspire.
Problems inspire.
Yeah, solution.
Yes.
Like this channel. Because we also COVID baby.
Also, this channel is a COVID baby.
Oh, really?
Yeah, COVID baby.
COVID baby. Yeah, COVID it did some harm and good.
Yeah, but for you guys,
we should reach and celebrate our 50th.
Have a party.
Yeah, but for them, they had like Oboniire. Ours was just done and just getting away. We did have
There's an episode.
we did have a brainstorm. But from this, I'm seeing, a trend where, especially in this generation, we are more, open to actually going out and solving a problem or a need that we find. Is that scary, and how would you go about that?
Solving a problem.
Yeah, solving that. Yeah, like when you start a business, how do you sustain? Because sometimes it might be an impulse, but then later on, you're
when you
like,
get in the mix, you're like, just
what did I say?
What did I say now?
So how do you keep that going?
Speaking to that was me, I think 2 years, and I was like, okay, now what did I do? Honestly, I didn't think the business would blow up. I did not think we'd get clients. I didn't think it got to a place in 2 years in. I was like, okay, so I can't shut it down because it will just look funny. So now I have to look for ways to sustain it. This was off of I was in media. I was doing a governance degree at uni, because that's when I started. I had no business knowledge aside from what I've seen my parents do or what I was doing then. If you told me in 2020 when we started, what is revenue, what is profit margin, I was look at you and say, what have you said?
Yeah, the money was you were the money.
I was the money.
As long as money comes,
What are separate accounts, record keeping, you have to account for every 50 shillings. I said, even 50 shillings, surely? So all of that was to sustain. I had to take on the task of learning. So that's really what I did. I had taken the task of learning that sales don't just wake up and come. I am blessed that I have a business that sales. Yeah, I am blessed because at least we shall make something. But to be able to optimize profit, we do have to do the work. So there's that. I had to go into understanding record keeping and knowing that I can't do everything myself, especially as entrepreneurs in Kampala. We think you're social media, you're the cashier, you're the customer relations,
you're the photographer,
you're the content creator. So being able to learn how to employ people, but also employing people gives you more, I don't know, some people works either way. For me, it worked positively. It makes you work harder because it's just like, you made someone's child work and it's made to pay them. So you have to pay them. And then also working with people who know better. So for the longest time when I started the business, my thought was, I don't know math. I didn't do math past core in IGCSE. So I don't know math. I didn't know how to navigate it. I just say, I don't know. I don't know. But when you have a business, there's no, I don't know. You figure it out. So I have done the math courses, but I've also hired like a financial advisor. We have monthly meetings, and there's accountability. Before, I think 2021, 2022, there'd be money on the account. I want to go for brunch. There's money for brunch.
That's what are you saying? I don't have money.
No, I'm going for brunch with Oboniire money in the end of month meeting. What is the explanation? Do I really love my child? So I think that's been the problem that we've solved in terms of staying sustainable and existing in the market. So doing the work, if it's a business that you want to see thrive, you have to put in the work. Teaching yourself, hiring people, seeing the business aside of you, like it's not just you, and staying on the course. As I mentioned in the first statement, it's a main hustle now. My 9 to 5 is my side hustle. My employers is just, but no, my business is my main hustle because my business is going to be with me. Yeah. Tomorrow, if they choose to downsize, I can't downsize myself. So if I'm putting the same level of commitment in my job, I have to reciprocate that in my business. It's not, but I will do that later. Nope, we're doing it today. It's 3 a.m., we're doing it today and right now. So that also mood or mindset change. Mindset change.
All right. So you're 4 years, you've done all these things, you've learned how to do math, you've learned how to apply other people. What impact do you see yourself having done so far, and what more do you want to do over time?
One, I think it's one, I built a community. There's a Oboniire babe community. Shout out to all of you. But continuously pushing for. I've had so many people reach out to me, so many young ladies and women, even the young ones. But Oboniire means you're beautiful in Nyankole.
Oboniire. Scratch this. Look here.
Okay. I was about to hide the gun.
Relax your dream.
That's for another time.
So Oboniire means you're beautiful. So we've been able to build a community of women who know that they're beautiful. There's so much that comes with self-empowerment, and that is the essential of what our marketing is. One size fits all, or jewelry pieces that will just brighten up the entire look. It looks like a small thing, but the confidence takes people a long way. I've seen that happen in my business. That's one. Two, I think we have I'm going to say this, and if I get dragged, oh Lord. By the time I was starting Oboniire, whenever people would think of businesses, I don't know if people are going to attribute it to me, but me, I'm going to say it. Whenever people think of, let me name my business, they would always think of a Spanish name or a French name. I don't know if you guys have noticed, there's been so many more African named businesses, small businesses, and I know that's coming from somewhere. That's something that we did right, because at the time I was like, why am I going? Who even knows Spanish? This could be like a chant, that you don't know. So I think we've also done that. I think also through my personal platform that also tied to Oboniire, I've shown guys that business is work. Like it's a lot of work. I think someone reached out to me last week, and we're supposed to have a meeting. And she's like, I've seen your platforms, and I'm understanding that to get to a place, you have to do the work. All these things that you're seeing every single day, the work has to be done. And I think on a personal level, and also people who are in community with me, it is dedication to the cause. That's the impact that we've shared. Dedication. Like you wake up every day. I wake up every day, and I learned this from Daphne Kayondo from Her Options. The same way you say hi to people, the same way you post about your business. There is no, I don't have sales. Yes, it's possible you can have no sales, but
what are you doing?
But what are you doing? What are you doing about it? Yes, and also another part of impact that would tie into business is, for example, there's a. Can I give Kalango? Tubayo Market Day. I think last year people were dragging them on Twitter saying people come for these market days and they're not making sales, which is a big, in my opinion, it's a lie. Because I've made money at the market days. And how have I made money? Guys, I will walk up to random people, hi, have you seen my store? Come, let's go together. So you can't sit there. I'm not ashamed of my business is me.
It's
like we go to exactly. So this thing of sitting and waiting, no. So I think I've been able to relay that. Like you constantly are in people's faces, you're constantly shouting, and I've seen it with a lot of businesses close to me. So I think that's the impact Oboniire has been able to make.
We've talked about the impact you've made But what do you see Oboniire becoming? What impact would you want it, like further down the road, 3 years, 5? What do you want the business to actually achieve, or a brand, as a brand?
Again, questions I never prepared myself for when I started the business. I think when we in the mix, we're like, hey, okay, so you have to work towards something.
Yeah.
I definitely want it to be an African brand. So I want you to step into, right now if you step in Kenya, someone may know about Oboniire. I want you to step in Rwanda and someone knows about us, and we're actually having an outlet. So I want to start with East Africa. I have this whole dream where I have like reels of me at different outlets in different countries. I know content creation has been in a chokehold, but yes, that is the dream. So us being an African brand and across different countries. Another impact is supporting women artisans. So our jewelry pieces that I have on currently, we work with a group of called Omugaso, and they skill train women to be able to be financially empowered, and they're just amazing women. We did a highlight of them on our social media in the month of March, Women's Month. So yeah, so being able to, even in those countries, like when I go to Rwanda, I won't have to highlight the work of women artisans. Right now in Kenya, I have a trip in, I think, October, and I'm going to look at women artisans who can be able to produce our work, and that's supporting the Kenyan economy with a Ugandan brand. Same thing for Rwanda and different countries. So women empowerment. Also, I think the final thing would be my foundation has also been supported by Oboniire. I'm a firm believer that you don't make it just to be alone. You make it for community. So I think business owners should get into the practice of giving back. Cheerful givers, you know the scripture. A percentage of, even if it's a 2% of your business, to know that give forward, like it goes to good. Whether it is either, it doesn't even have to be in resources, it can be in supporting or mentoring other businesses that are like yours. I believe in collaborations and partnerships, and I will work with people who do the same business as me. Why? Because they have customers that I don't have. So those customers are going to come here as well, and my customers are going to go there. But also, if we're all in business, we're all making money, and that money is still there. Money.
You can't service
you can't service all Uganda, you know. But also business owners learning to give back and give back to good causes is something that I believe in, and that's an impact that I hope that we're able to do. Whether it's training young women to be able to, you know, in that form of charity, training young women to be able to make these things and then also start their own businesses. Whatever that looks like, I would definitely love to do.
Even the women learning math.
Even the women learning math. Yes, learn math. They will whatever you out of your business, or scam you out of your business.
So actually, you know, the journey most times, you know, as entrepreneurs, is we experience so many lows, especially in the beginning years, but we forget
the highs that
we go through.
So we have to be grateful for.
What's that moment that for you, or moments that really, even when you're at the point of quitting, you're like, because I experienced this, I believe it keeps you gassed up, it keeps you continuing. So what are those moments through the journey of growing Oboniire that,
oh my God, there's so many. There's so many. People ask me, do you have challenges? Yes, I do, but the wins are so many. I think the first one has to be putting that business out and it being received the way it was received. That's such a blessing. It was such a, like it was, you can eat and miss. You can have something month 2. People could have said, this is formal, I'm here. But now, so being able to receive, being able for the brand to be received the way it was, and people wanting to tie themselves. Every time I see people, I'm like, oh my God, I'm Oboniire. I'm like, oh, hi. What's up? What's poppin'? That's one. That's definitely a win. 2, being able to make sales. I remember 2022, I was going through it because I was finishing my degree. I was working 2 jobs. It was a lot. And my attention for Oboniire was so limited, but we did not close. So being able to make sales no matter the season. That's something I'm super grateful for. And then obviously 2022 financially affected 2023. The time when we opened up our outlet, it's like a testimony. The time we opened up our outlet, our accounts had 8,000 Uganda shillings. 8K. And I was like, all right. But I said, I'm opening up this outlet by fire or by force. So what I did was, I went, I also do interior decor. Mom, I forgot that business. I also do interior decor. So I told my guy, you know what, I have 100K. From my account, I was like, I have 100K. You start working on the thing. The venue that we had thankfully had food, so we told them, you know what, we can pay you the next day.
Yeah.
This is working on faith. I think we about 700 to 800 on an 8,000 account balance, and we paid every single thing with sales from that outlet launch. Every single thing, and had balance. Even the time when I went to Kenya for the first time, I went by pass. We had 78,000 Uganda shillings, and we still were able to open, and we sold that. We made $400 that day.
Yeah.
So I think having the blessing of a business that works, having the passion for the people buy you, and they buy you. If you believe in your business, people believe
they'll
in
get
it.
the vibe.
Yeah, but also so those are definitely top wins. Kenya, the outlet, the reception of the brand onto the market, and the community that the brand has built. Yeah.
So you know they have said the Oboniire community, women help. For us who are fans of the brand, but we are not in the community. For me, the one way that stood out was Kuanga. Really, they didn't. It wasn't consistent. Was. I saw the line diversify, and that means, most businesses, especially in the fashion space or creativity, we do what we want.
Yes.
But I saw the brand diversify, having products. They alone, it doesn't seem like much, but coupled together, they could become something like a look. So you would find someone use the same product in different ways.
Yes.
So it was, for me, it was very creative. It's one of those things that for me, as a brand, you stand out because the applicability
of the outfits,
the outfits, and then the inclusivity. It doesn't seem chic or it just seems. We have been there. Also, you are the ones who send them for people to buy the things. Then we are not in the community. Anyway, it's just to tell them complete for us as guys.
Shall work something out. Stay tuned.
Exactly. So, but it's that for me. It's one of those things because it means that also us as CDJ, when we do collaborations, there are brands we want that we don't want to call. It's not in a bad way, but there's when you collaborate with a brand, then 5 months later, they went and they just went and they don't even give you a heads up. You hear screaming on the rooftops telling people about the brand and the thing. So it's the second moment is actually surviving COVID. For me, those are the two things that you as a brand stood out, and that brings us to what tactics do you feel as me, Josh, who is starting a business, me who I'm a lady out there, I have this idea. What are those tactics that you can give for them to not walk the journey alone and actually be inspired? Not to just be excited, because usually, the first time starting a business,
you have to be excited.
Me against the world. But when reality,
when it's now you against yourself.
So meaning, you've given numbers that are realistic. There are those guys who tell you, I started a hotel chain with 50K, like. Let us So what are those realistic tactics that you feel someone who is thinking about it, someone who feels stuck, someone who wants a turnaround, at that lifeline?
They've reached the end of their gas. They have run out of
and they just need that one more.
What are those things you feel you've learned?
Ask me two questions. First, you said guys who are starting, then guys. So should I mix them?
All of them.
Okay.
At the one point, you see, when you're running a business, as you said, you're a photographer. So regardless whether you start, whether you're almost making it, there is that moment.
Where you feel like, why am I doing this? I think I should close and go back to my village.
Okay. The first one, I think even from the first post that I put out, July 12th, 2020, is Oboniire was a passion project. I don't know if it was believed. But yeah, start a business or run a business that you're passionate about. When people ask, oh my God, I have this money, I want to start a business. If you don't like it in your body and soul, just eat your money. Eat your money. We go to brand. Eat your money. Why? Because business is so difficult. If you don't have the internal morale to keep going, you will let it go. My first business, I was selling t-shirts. I don't wear t-shirts. If you know me, I will wear them unless they're work branding or something. But I don't wear t-shirts. And when they stopped making sales, I said, okay, come on, we close. We close. Yeah. But one thing, I will wear jewelry every single day. Which means when the business is doing well, I'll look at it and say, Madam, what are we doing today to improve this business? What are we doing today? So do a business that you're passionate about, that you know in the highs and lows, you carry it with you. It's your baby. I call Oboniire my baby. I tell people, guys, my child is crying. It cannot come and help you. I have to solve it. Yeah. So that one, do research. If you're starting out, please don't start businesses for. Don't. So many people ask me about why don't you have men included. Men, their things are expensive. 1, 2, men shop once.
Yeah, we are bulk buyers.
That's very true.
So you make a research.
So especially if you're running a business in Uganda, the economic times, you need someone who's going to buy, and it's not my business is not a necessity, it's a luxury. You don't need earrings. You buy earrings because you want to buy earrings. You don't need head wraps. You buy them because you want to buy them. So I know Q1 is the worst for businesses like me. The worst, because people we're covering some debts. Yes,
back to
guys,
school, all
business picks up in March, end of March, April. That's when business.
So
picks
now
up
you
for
picked.
us. Now we're
now we are seeing. Okay.
Now we're around. So pick do the research. Like, what are people going to buy? I know I'm a shopper. I shop. Yeah, I like to shop. I literally had to put myself on a fast for 2 years, but I like to shop, and I will shop for anything. You tell me, we'll go for lunch. I don't have a top, I buy a new top. We'll go for breakfast. I don't have earrings. I buy new earrings that will match the outfit that I'm going to wear. So make research. Who is your target audience, and how are you costing and pricing them? At the time, I was largely involved around, I was in high school, I was in uni, lower high school. I was in uni, so I was involved around people in that community, or people who were like first year, second year. I know their earnings. So my pricing was based off of like, this money won't hurt them. 10K head wrap, they'll buy 5, you know? Yeah. So do the research to be able to sustain. Second, be calculative. Think twice about every single decision. Do I need it? There's so much FOMO and pressure in Ugandan small businesses. Lisa has put an outlet, I'm going to open an outlet. These guys have this, I'm going to do this. No.
You're preaching to the converted.
Just be calculative. What makes sense for you and your business now? I remember when I started, literally, I think week 2, people were like, Lisa, bring you in jewelry. I was like, I don't even have that money for jewelry. We're just healing from buying the head wraps. So once we built sustainability of the head wraps, I think we started in July, I think we did the photo shoot for jewelry, and the first book pieces around October, because we had made some money and now we could add it. So then the next collection, there's so many things. People were like, okay, get into clothes. I think that when I landed a bit, I didn't do enough research, but we're going back. So, and that's another thing. Business is consistent learning, not okay.
This is what it is. The Bible, and you're going.
You learn, and it's okay to scratch. Okay, guys, sorry, we're removing this. We've brought back these. So also that, have a learning speed every single day. What are you learning towards improving your business? What are you learning towards getting better at doing business? Every single day. I know one of your guests said they hate the term steady progress, but my dear. Steady progress. Okay, I think that'll be the last part. Before that, customer relations. Your customer is your king. Like, nail down. Guys will see me. I don't know. People have some assumption over me because I was in the media, whatever. when I'm selling Oboniire, if you want me to even tie your shoes, my boss, you're my boss. Like customer relations, we'll call back people, we'll apologize, we'll even pay border fees. Like guys will say, okay, fine, I'll come back again. But customer relations, 10 out of 10. You smile. Me, when someone asks me 10 questions at 2 a.m. and I'm like, really? You're still asking, can we buy? I'll say, it's okay. Let's just take your number. We'll give you a call later. Like, you smile. People want to feel like they belong to the brand. They want to feel like they're so important. They want to feel like they matter, because they do. If that person doesn't have that 10K, and that's the last thing to help you save your business shall die. So, every customer relations. And finally, steady progress. There's no... there's no such... Anyway, there's no such thing as quick results in business. It's not there. I would advise people who have 9 to 5 not to leave until their businesses are thriving. That's me. You, if God has given you another calling, that's also you. But you cannot... It's like, again, I mentioned, a baby is like a business. A baby goes... you first feed it. Are you going to now ask a 3-month-old to start paying rent? You can't. You have to give your business time to grow. You have to give it time to flourish, unless, of course, it's businesses that bring in 100 M. Okay, so sell to I don't know if it's you, but you know. That 3-month, the 6-month period, you set the targets, you set the goals, and you see the results. You live through the systems. You are not going to be the same, and it's something I've had to learn. You're not going to be the same as a 10M business. They have a 10-year business, and you're 1 year. They have a shop, they have a website, they have 10 employees. Even you want to do, my dear, they took time. They took time to get there. They took time to get there, and also, finally, start with what you have. 300,000. That is the brand. 300, 1, 2, 3. Between me and you, Levas here, we can order food and we'll still be less than the capital that started my business. It's lived for 4 years. But you don't have to be perfect. I think I had 20 wraps, 20 bags, and worst case scenario, I was ready to wear my wraps because I didn't buy.
So you had...
I shopped, literally.
You had your produce.
I had my produce. I started small, but we went somewhere. So you have to allow everything to run its course. You won't be the same as a business that started 5 years. They've messed up. You don't know how they've messed up, but they've come out alive. And so you have to allow for your business to do that. Yeah.
Wow. Danny.
She's spoken everything that has to be spoken. Thank you for the knowledge, because I think not just the experience that we've had building this, but there's so many others like you, like us, who sometimes you reach that point where you're like, I think we need to chill. The 8 months will disappear. Yes. But you want to chill, but you stick at it. When you stick at it, it eventually makes sense. It eventually makes sense.
But also, we have that one mantra where we say, no one forced you. So you can close.
You can close and you go home.
Yeah.
I actually don't believe in
as we know.
I am going to die on the hill of Oboniire.
Because it's your passion.
Not even like
because it comes from.
Isn't this your passion?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Exactly.
Also, we can't complain that things are not working.
Yeah.
We have to figure it out. Yeah, so but the problem is no one set us. As in, we were in COVID, boy. We got a phone, we loved it. Then you start complaining, oh, no views, just keep talking to 0 views. Yeah, keep it locked. By the way, for you who is here,
subscribe. If it's the first time you've seen
and shop Oboniire.
Subscribe on that site. Exactly. Down in the description.
Oboniire, we're going to leave channels, join the movement, join the farm.
Become a babe.
Yeah,
I know you're gonna be a babe.
Exactly.
What happens for the guys?
They told us.
They're babes as well.
So the guys who buy the stuff for the babes are also babes.
No, but we have some. You know, we have some rings that men can wear. Rings like this. Yeah, we have a couple of stuff.
Danny,
so you can,
Danny, come on, peep the drip.
Okay,
we need,
yes.
but your fingers.
As you mentioned, our stuff are very inclusive. So all our rings are open-ended, fit different types of women.
Yeah. Dan is in a situation.
They're still around.
Yeah, but really, let's support our own businesses, and that's the journey. So if you're starting, we wanted to have Lisa on this episode. It's just there are so many businesses that are starting in this day and age, but
Those are those that feel like they are
going down, and it comes down to self-check first as a founder. That's why we say no one forced you, so you have to ask yourself the hard questions. Don't scale because they are scaling. Do it because it's right for your business.
Yes.
Do the steady progress with measure.
Yes.
That is, we have to measure. Otherwise,
measure and go back and see.
Otherwise, And as we say, as Ugandans, it's a course you need to be a Ugandan, so you already qualify it.
You already honestly, if you go through
validated.
Uganda, you can be an entrepreneur.
Go out there.
You can be a
Hustle.
business. Also, I don't like the word entrepreneur.
What do you prefer? Business
Business owner. Because no, why? I will become an entrepreneur, but my thing is, it's like as if you started primary school and you call yourself a graduate. Your business is reliant on you being alive. Do you know what entrepreneurship means? You run things. I'm away for a year. The business will make money, but everyone entrepreneur, CEO guys, you're one person.
And those are the truths. We need to.
You have so that you don't feel like you're doing so much until you've reached that so much.
Just sell the 10 units.
Okay, and then go back and restock and come back.
Yes.
So so if you're new here, subscribe. If you existing, Dan has since you can be here before. If you've been here before, remember we have a community of our own. Yes, in the form of a newsletter. Okay, and there's a link in the description. So tap that link, join the community, and you receive a newsletter at the end of every month. Well curated, put together, packed, shaken, baked nicely, and then delivered to your email every end of month with insights from people like this. Okay? All right.
Hire me for business development.
Exactly. So don't forget, description in the comments. We shall also have links to her platforms in our descriptions. Leave a comment, guys.
Yeah, the question,
tell us what it's about.
Let the KB continue.
Okay? Let the KB continue, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Be good.